Hi, everyone, and welcome to Movin' Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch The Great Muppet Caper 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe.
And I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
And our special guest today is back with us from last week. Please tell us who you are, guest.
Hi, I'm Luis Rojas. I'm manager of the New York Mets. No, I'm kidding. I'm Matthew Soberman. I write for Tough Pigs.
I'm glad you explained who that is because I would have had no idea.
Well, we're kind of talking a little baseball this week, so I thought I'd kick that off.
Very good. That might be the first sports reference on this podcast ever.
Then you've come to the right person for this week.
There you go. And this week, we're talking about minutes 91 and 92 of The Great Muppet Caper, in which Muppets and bad guys play keep away with a priceless diamond. So we begin with the thieves lifting the cover off of this case containing the fabulous baseball diamond. Carla picks it up to admire it. But as we alluded last week, there's Fozzie hanging upside down behind her.
Oh, I love that. I love the way he just kind of creeps into frame and then just is so Fozzie in the way he catches her.
Well, and his line is, "Excuse me, I don't think that belongs to you."
Which is so Fozzie.
Oh, so Fozzie.
It's so Fozzie. It's also kind of an echo back to Piggy's line when she found Lady Holiday's necklace in her coat pocket. She said, "I don't think this belongs to me."
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Both Frank Oz characters, very similar deliveries.
So let me ask you guys something. Where is Frank when Fozzie pops down into Frank? Like, is he on a platform of some kind?
Oh,
I would have to think. Unless it's radio controlled, but it doesn't.
It doesn't look like it. It just seems to be a regular Fozzie puppet. Yeah.
I'm guessing they probably had a platform overhead where Frank was dangling his arm.
Yeah, that's my guess, but it's a really neat effect anyway.
Yeah. That's a really good question. So at this point, the gallery erupts in chaos. The Muppets are all kind of throw themselves at the thieves. I think Animal yells "gung ho" or something.
Yeah, he does. That's so good. Oh, I love that.
I don't know if gung ho is usually used as an exclamation that way, but it's funny.
But it's Animal too, so it's fine.
It's Animal. Also, Gonzo does take a photo of Carla with the diamond, so right there is their proof that these people were stealing this diamond.
Yeah, I mean, do we know that? I mean, right now we just have a picture of her holding the diamond. It doesn't necessarily mean she stole it. She just is holding it.
True, I guess.
I think you need a little more.
Somebody opened up the case,
Yeah.
Somebody.
Well, and then that kind of leads into something I want to mention in a minute, but I hadn't really noticed or thought about before what's happening here with Nikki, because very early in this clip, Beauregard just kind of jumps on Nikki, and the two of them are basically just wrestling for the rest of this scene until the end.
Right. Although for a little bit, Scooter and Kermit are also hanging off of him, which I enjoy.
Yeah. But I guess it just sort of takes Nikki out of the equation, I guess. As we'll see, he's kind of the most... I don't know if he's maybe the most dangerous member of this gang of thieves, so it kind of takes him out of the equation while all this chaos is going on. So that works. And hey, good for Beauregard jumping into the fray like that.
Right. But I was going to say, especially during that shot where Beauregard is on top of Nikki, and then like Kermit and Scooter are both like hanging off either side of him. It must have been so much fun for Charles Grodin to fake struggle with those guys. Right? Because like the entire puppets are in frame. I don't think anyone's performing them. I think Charles Grodin is just kind of moving around, like just to give the impression that he's fighting.
Just flail your arms around.
Yeah, that'll work. The previous shot, I think Beauregard is kicking his leg, so that would have required a performer underneath, I guess. But
right. The next shot, Scooter might have, we don't see Scooter the bottom of him, so Richard or somebody else might be performing Scooter.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I think all three of those guys are just like being whipped around. This is about 19 seconds into this clip.
They're all sort of attached.
It would make sense considering how many characters you've got in this shot, in this scene.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Like, we've talked a lot about this movie being the most chaotic Muppet movie. And this is the most chaotic sequence in it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it's just all nonsense. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not totally clear why everyone is doing what they're doing here. Carla throws the diamond to Marla. Marla throws it to Darla, and Darla tries to throw it back to Carla. So I'm wondering, are they trying to keep it away from the Muppets, or is it that none of them wants to be caught with it?
I think they're just trying to. I don't know if it's necessarily keeping away. I think they're just trying to grab the diamond and get the heck out of there.
So they're hoping that whoever they throw it to will
just run
be able
off
to make an escape. Yeah,
run through the door. But they're all being swarmed with Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That makes sense. But yeah, Darla aims a little bit too low, and Animal catches the diamond in his mouth, which is a fun little visual. And then Fozzie slaps Animal on the back.
Well, one of the things can I say something about Animal catching the diamond in his mouth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we see Animal catch the diamond in his mouth, it's a pretty wide shot. The diamond
of the actual action when he catches it.
Yeah, like someone threw the diamond into Animal's mouth, like across the frame. It's not like, it's not just like we get a close up of him with the diamond in his mouth. Like on camera, we see him catch it. And I wonder how many takes that took.
It is Darla actually tosses it, and he catches it right in his mouth.
Yeah, Darla tosses it. Yeah, so it's like, I wonder how many takes that took.
Yeah.
Like that can't have been that easy to do.
I wonder if it makes it harder or easier, given that Frank Oz was probably looking at a monitor doing that. Like, does that make it harder as far as like your depth perception to judge
I don't know.
Where that diamond is? Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you guys have Frank Oz on the show, you can ask him.
Oh,
sure, we will.
Oh,
we're going to get Frank Oz. Oh, he's actually going to be our third co-host during the Muppets Take Manhattan. So.
Yeah, but yeah, that has got to be a challenging shot to get. It definitely reminds me of the Jim's Whim of Steel, as it's been referred to. Just like, hey, I want Animal to catch it in his mouth. So how do we do that? We're going to throw the diamond, and Frank is going to catch it in Animal's mouth.
Yeah, we're just going to keep trying this until this puppet gets this diamond right in his mouth like we want it to.
I mean, I guess it helps that Frank is actually using his hand. It's just...
That's true. What is a Muppet head, if not a glorified catcher's mitt?
Yeah.
Right,
didn't someone refer to Kermit once as retired Kermits were used as oven mitts in the Henson household?
I have heard that somewhere. I don't remember where. Not as a joke. I don't know who said it. So Fozzie slaps Animal on the back, which causes the diamond to fly to Ralph, who then throws it to New Zealand. And then New Zealand actually says, hot potato, keep away. Here we go. So hot potato and keep away are two different games.
Right. I love that it's just like he's naming every catch-based game he can think of.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I mean, he's kind of setting up the dugout chatter that comes next. As this keep away game slowly turns into baseball.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is pretty much just throwing. Yeah, it's some sort of game of catch at this point, and then it turns into baseball. But so Lou throws it to Dr. Teeth. Almost every major character has some sort of contact with the diamond in the scene.
Right, and then Gonzo takes a flash photo of Dr. Teeth.
Oh, and the fact that Dr. Teeth stops and poses for the photograph.
Yeah.
Oh, it is just like a great Jim gag.
Yeah, he does. I forgot to write that down, but that's very funny. He looks right at the camera. Just, Dr. Teeth throws it to Fozzie. Fozzie throws it to Pops. Pops is delighted to have caught this diamond. Yep. He laughs. He says, still got the good eye.
No, he says still got the good arm.
The good arm?
That's what I thought he was saying.
Oh, I guess it could go either way. He's got... I was thinking got the good eye because he was able to perceive the ball coming at him, but you probably know...
fact, Pops was in contention for the 1943 American League Cy Young Award for pitching. So that's why I hear still got the good arm, because Pops was quite the hurler in his day.
I'll defer to you as the baseball fan.
Or you could say I'm a dirty liar. I don't care.
And speaking of sports, suddenly Louis Kazager is here.
Yep.
He's sitting on the rafters hosting an episode of The Wide World of Muppet Sports.
So Louis Kazager, I mean, he's technically in the Muppet movie. Like he's in the final shot that every Muppet ever made is in. Yeah, as it pulls away. But this is his only like real appearance in a movie.
It's his only speaking role.
Like, certainly,
no, actually,
yeah.
no,
and
it
it's
isn't.
like,
I'm sorry. In the Muppets Take Manhattan, he says it's the
No, he doesn't.
No, that's
Pops and Crazy
Pops
Harry
says
are
it's the wedding of the year.
Wrong Jerry Nelson character.
Yeah, Pops and Crazy Harry are the two Jerry Nelson characters who talk in that sequence.
You're right.
Yeah, he's there. He's at the wedding, certainly. But he doesn't say anything.
So this is his only speaking role in a movie.
Yeah, and it's like I love. So we haven't seen him for the whole movie. I love that he just shows up when he's needed, like Statler and Waldorf. Like he doesn't exist until they're doing something that resembles a sport. Louis Kazager is willed into existence,
similar to the Newsman's appearance.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah,
it reminds me of the Newsman. I'm trying to think, are there any other Muppets that do that? That just kind of show up when they're needed?
I mean,
Sweetums to an extent.
Yeah, that's true. Someone like the Swedish Chef appears other times, but also like is just there cooking food when he needs to be. You know, like
in the Magic Store sequence in the Muppet movie, Crazy Harry sort of pops up, having not been seen for the rest of the movie as some sort of technician. So
Crazy Harry plays with electricity. Yeah,
exactly.
You guys, Jerry Nelson is good, by the way. Just
yes.
Speaking of Louis Kazager and Crazy Harry.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Good stuff.
Man of 1,000 Muppets.
He's the greatest.
Yeah. And I think when casual fans think about recurring sketches from the Muppet Show, they always think of Pigs in Space and the Swedish Chef, but probably nobody usually thinks about Muppet Sports. So I don't know how many other people watch this movie and are as happy to see Louis Kazager as we are, but I am very happy to see him.
I think you do know that the answer is they are not. But
right. That's what I mean.
But I do think it's a funny gag either way. Like, even if you don't know him, it's just an announcer doing play-by-play all of a sudden.
Yeah, and you sort of get that he's sort of vaguely a Howard Cosell caricature. So,
right.
Yeah, good to see Louis Kazager. Meanwhile, on the floor of the gallery, Zoot is trying to get Pops to throw him the diamond, but we just see Zoot kind of watch as the diamond flies past his face.
That seems like a Zoot thing to do.
Yeah.
Like trying to get the thing and then just as he goes by, just sort of staring at it.
Yeah. Although good, I mean, he's engaged with what's happening.
Yeah.
He's not just taking a nap in the corner.
That is true.
The diamond flies over Beaker's head, and then Beaker does that thing where he pulls his head down into his body, which is always fun to see. Floyd is cheering everyone on. I think he says, "Way to Chuck, way to look, way to move, baby."
There is a lot that is incoherent in this sequence.
Yes, very much. It's all everyone yelling at the same time. But does "way to Chuck"? Does that sound right?
Yeah, way to Chuck, because he's admiring
the way they
Scooter's. He's admiring Scooter's Zachary Levi cosplay. Yeah, way to Chuck. Yeah,
that must be it.
Way to Shazam, kids.
There you go. There you go.
And then a moment later is when Scooter is now suddenly selling popcorn.
Yeah, which like becomes a thing for him. Like obviously between this movie and the next one, it's kind of like that's his signature.
The last one,
right?
And the last one, yeah,
he's
that's
selling
right.
Organic popcorn in the screening room.
That's right. He sells popcorn and yeah. So what are the common elements? Miss Piggy has a fantasy. Scooter sells popcorn. There's a Sesame Street cameo.
Piggy's violence basically saves the day in all three movies.
Yeah, I suppose it does. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
These are the elements of a classic Muppet movie.
If you want if you want to write a Muppet movie, these are the things it has to have.
And and I think they tried with the newer movies. Like they wanted Elmo for a cameo.
I was just going to say that's why they tried to write Elmo in.
Yeah, and Muppets Most Wanted has a Piggy fantasy, and Piggy karate chop.
Piggy's violence saves the day.
Yeah, Piggy's like flinging Constantine around, like Hulk's flinging Loki, right? Like,
Wow, that is spot on. I never
This
realized
is
that.
in the theater. It felt like a reference to me, and I'm not sure if it is, but it feels like.
I mean, Tom Hiddleston is in the movie.
That's true. Yeah. Miss
Yeah,
Piggy
so-
should have flung him around. Then it would definitely be a reference. Anyways.
Scooter with
Puny
his popcorn.
cameo.
In a later shot, Scooter is selling his popcorn, and he notices a chicken standing next to him, and he says, "Popcorn chicken."
Yep.
So
Popcorn
for years, I assumed this was a deliberate joke because there is a food item consisting of small nuggets of fried chicken that we call popcorn chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But I just to make sure, I looked this up also. According to Wikipedia, popcorn chicken was introduced for the first time ever by KFC in 1992.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's that? Where did you read that, though?
It's on Wikipedia. There's some sources cited. And although I did find another website that mentioned a similar dish that was invented in the late 70s, but it wasn't called popcorn chicken. It was called salted crispy chicken. That was on a website called the News Lens about a dish that was invented in Taiwan.
Huh.
But and I do sort of remember hearing about popcorn chicken for the first time in the early 90s in the KFC commercials, but I guess I sort of assumed that they were just really, that they were just really emphasizing that on their menu.
Yeah.
Like that was a special thing they wanted to push at that time. But yeah, definitely let me know if you have evidence to the contrary, anyone. But
if we have any popcorn chicken historians out there.
Yeah. It really does seem like this is just like a line that sounds funny, offering popcorn to a chicken. And unless I hear otherwise, I'm going to assume that the Great Muppet Caper predicted the creation.
I was just going to say, who's to say that some KFC executive wasn't watching this and like, popcorn chicken, that sounds like an idea.
Yeah, exactly. And 11 years later, they made it happen.
Yeah. Oh, they were just watching it on WGN.
Oh, that was probably it, yes.
Or, yeah.
It was a little bit too early for the VHS where they got a free watch, but...
Right, that's true. It would have to be the
on
old
their
80s.
CBS Fox video.
Yes, that's the one. So, the Swedish chef is also cheering. I tried really hard to transcribe what he says, but I couldn't quite get it. It's something like "Be your bor be b b b b b b b b b b b b b."
Brilliant.
That's my best guess.
That was brilliant, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.
Sounded just like him.
Yeah,
he's not like really
trying to transcribe the Swedish chef,
especially when everyone is yelling.
I would argue that you should be the current performer of the Swedish Chef. Bill Beretta should watch his back.
Speaking of incoherent Muppets, before this episode is done, I did want to bring up, for those of you, the lucky few who have the soundtrack to this film, the background music you hear here on the soundtrack has lyrics.
Yes.
But no one can. I've never been able to make out what they're saying.
Oh, I have them. They were in the on one of the soundtrack releases. The lyrics were listed in the booklet. Yeah, it's called Muppet Fight Song.
Yes.
On the soundtrack, it's part of a suite called The Great Muppet Caper, which is like the heist / Muppet Fight Song / something else.
I mean, literally, the only line I've ever been able to get is the first line, which is "The Muppets go down the field," which is clearly a reference to football.
Yeah, well, the whole song has a very. It actually sounds a lot like the Notre Dame Victory March.
Yeah,
it's just like a football marching band fight song kind of thing. The lyrics are, "Go Muppets, roar down the field. Our team will never fail. Go Muppets, we'll never yield. See how the foe turns pale. Cheer as we march to the fray. Onward to history. All for one we'll fight until there's victory at last for you and me."
Ryan, you have cleared up a lifelong mystery for me.
I'll send you those lyrics.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's clearly a football march song in a sequence with baseball.
Oh, that's a really good point, and that had not occurred to me.
I wonder if at any point it was supposed to be a football-inspired script. I mean, you would have to change an awful lot.
I don't. I feel like
can't imagine.
It kind of doesn't
baseball
matter.
Diamond, the football diamond.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't matter. They just probably wanted something fun for this action scene, and
that's fair.
That's all you need. But right, it's the song itself is not funny, and I think if we heard this chorus of voices, like you hear on the soundtrack, if we heard all those voices singing this song, it would probably be a little bit too distracting with all these characters yelling and running around.
I mean, it's a very kinetic sequence.
Yeah, I think that would have been maybe one step too far. So we have this instrumental, which is still very rousing. But yeah, now we've arrived at the moment where Beaker is holding the diamond, and New Zealand is now holding a fish as if it were a baseball bat.
No, a boomerang baseball bat.
A boomerang baseball bat, of course.
He hits that ball out, but it always comes back to him.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that would be useful. Maybe.
That's why New Zealand never made it out of single A ball.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Bunsen helpfully says pitchy witchy Beaker.
Yep. Pitchy
which is hilarious.
Very
so funny.
It's like Bunsen's attempt at joining the chatter, the hubbub around the field, just like everyone's like, "Sock it to me, baby," and he's just like,
"Oh yeah." That's what New Zealand says when he's swinging his fish. He says, "Sock it to me." So many great, just little wild lines in this scene.
I applaud him for not saying "sockeye" to me.
Is that a fish?
Sockeye salmon.
Oh,
yeah, that's a fish. That's a famous variety of salmon.
Okay, I'm not much of a fish guy, I guess. So Pops then says, "Pitcher, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn," and does this great little dismissive hand wave.
Yep.
Which is done by his right hand. So great job to whoever was right-handing Pops in that shot. We have rats waving pennants, going rah rah rah. Gonzo
Which I feel like that's why we have rats, is to wave pennants and go rah rah rah.
Just to do little ridiculous things
rats
like that.
Rats are a great supporting cast.
Yeah, it's great. Also, there's a shot here early on I meant to mention where Rolf is just surrounded by rats for no reason, like in the middle of the chaos.
I don't remember that.
Just, I don't know why they're hanging out, but it looks like they're having a good time. I can tell you it is 38 seconds into this clip.
Okay.
I wrote it down. But yeah, I like the idea that they're buddies because they all got like the same color fur and
they're all,
I don't know.
They all have brown fur, yeah.
Well, he seems to get along well with them in the Happiness Hotel number.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then Gonzo takes a picture of the pitcher.
Picture of the pitcher.
Yeah, taking a photo of Beaker. I don't think I had ever caught that before just because there's so much happening in the scene. So
I mean, that's why I'm saying, if you're going on the same concession that, taking a picture of someone holding the baseball's diamonds means that they stole it. Are they trying to implicate Beaker in this?
I don't know.
Oh my God, was
not
Beaker the fall guy this whole time?
Well, it does seem like something that would happen to Beaker, doesn't it?
It does. Also, yes, Beaker goes to jail at the end of this movie. That's how it ends. Yeah, sorry.
So, Beaker winds up, he pitches, New Zealand hits it, and it's a high fly ball to Kermit the Frog. Now, Matthew, you are a baseball fan.
Yes.
What do you make of Beaker's pitching performance here, of New Zealand's batting performance here?
I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily keep him on the 40-man roster, but it's certainly entertaining for a Muppet movie, and more than this baseball / Muppet fan could ever imagine.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Henson definitely had a long relationship with baseball. Even going back to the early days of his commercials, they used a lot of baseball references. And I'm pretty sure at one point the Jim Henson Company had an annual company softball game.
Yes, we have heard.
So obviously there was
about that.
Some sort of affection there for the sport. So
yeah, that's true.
And of course, there's
what
been a
comes to
long
mind-
history of baseball players on Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, what comes to
Right,
mind when you
yeah.
mention the softball games, I've heard Craig Shemin from the Jim Henson Legacy tell a story of when he was working at the Jim Henson Company in the 80s, and they had one of these softball games, and I guess it was Jim Henson had not brought a glove, so he asked Craig if he could use his, and Craig was very honored and of course let Jim Henson use his baseball glove. And then at the end of the game, he had Jim and Frank Oz autograph the glove.
Aw.
Yeah.
put
would
that
be it.
in Cooperstown.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
So Kermit has his arm up. He's backing up so he can catch this diamond. I keep wanting to say ball, but it's not actually a ball. It's a diamond. He says, I got it. And then Nikki Holiday catches the diamond instead. And that's where these minutes end.
Oh no!
That's the end.
This
Oh
might
no!
be
I can't
our-
believe the movie ends this way.
This might be our best ever end of minutes cliffhanger.
Oh,
That's a good one.
he's got the diamond. The credits run, and the movie's over.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
so depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that's why you brought me in to cover these last couple minutes of the movie.
Yeah, man.
That's all.
It's all done.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. This one's a real downer.
Confidential to everyone besides Matthew. It's not really the end. Tune in next week.
It's
What
Matthew,
was
it's
that,
okay.
Ryan?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, sorry again, folks. It's a really funny movie up until like that moment.
Until the bad guy wins.
Yeah, that.
Yep, and then it's over. The end. Bleak
I mean,
ending.
they don't want
All
to
right.
let the bad guys win,
No,
but
exactly.
sometimes
We don't want
that
the
just
bad
happens.
guys to.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
there you go.
is such a great movie. I love this film.
Well, on that note, any final thoughts on these minutes? Matthew, going with you first.
I can't think of anything to add except Lou should really choke up on that fish.
Oh, okay. That's a good pointer.
Yeah, he's going to get a much better swing out of that.
Anthony, any final thoughts?
Yeah, you glossed over. There's a brief moment where Animal chases some of the models around, yelling "woman" as he likes to do.
Oh, yes.
And but
Ladies'
then
night
it,
at the ballpark.
right, but it ends with him saying "peekaboo,"
Oh,
which is so much funnier to me than like the usual like Animal is stalking women thing, right? Like,
yeah, he's chasing them for a different reason.
right. But yeah, it ends with him saying peekaboo. And I think because I haven't mentioned this on the show, my daughter Iris, who has been on the show before, who is 5 years old, she loves when an Animal says wow man. Which like
interesting.
Which like honestly makes me a little bit more uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
you know?
Because it's the kind of
but
thing
even, like-
that maybe we would sort of be okay with that not being in a Muppet movie these days.
Next week,
Right,
on a
exactly.
very special
Like-
moving right along.
Right. It's not his most endearing trait, right? That he's like a stalkery creep. Or a salty creep kind of. But even like while I was watching these minutes, I paused it, like I was doing the dishes or something, and I paused it, and it was like on Animal and one of the models, and Iris comes walking in, and she goes, "Woman."
Oh.
And I'm just like, yeah, that's our old buddy Animal, huh?
Huh.
Like,
I think they've kind of de-emphasized that in recent years.
yeah,
Yes, he does not do
Yeah.
that anymore.
yeah. I much more adorably, I should point out that the other Animal line Iris likes to quote is love hanger from Muppet Family Christmas when he's hanging
That's a
from
good one.
That is
when he's hung on a hanger on a hook on the wall. Yeah.
Yes.
or you could go with
To the point where
pig.
yeah, that's a good one. But like to the point where during this Christmas season, she several times was like, "Can we watch Love Hanger?"
Oh, that's funny. I love when kids do
Yeah,
that when they identify a movie or a TV special or something just by one character or one line or one song.
Yeah.
Like a kid who wants to watch Frozen asking if they can watch Let It Go.
Right.
Kids are funny.
Well, thanks for inviting me on this episode to talk about what color are their hands now.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And so listeners, if you will, please check out toughpigs.com on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, and everywhere else. Please let us know what you thought about this episode, every episode, these minutes, all the minutes of the movie. You can drop by our Facebook page or Twitter or the Tough Pigs forum, which is linked on the front page of toughpigs.com. Also, you can find me on Twitter at @MeRyanRowe, and Anthony is on Twitter at @ZeppoMarxist. And Matthew, remind us where people can find you on the internet.
On Twitter, I'm simply at Matthew Soberman. That's 2 T's, no spaces, no uppercases, just Matthew Soberman.
There you go. So everyone seek him out. And if you don't mind, give us a positive review on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff that we usually say and blah, 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 and tell your friends about the show. And join us again next week for another episode of Moving Right Along. See you later.
Bye.
Hot potato, keep away. Here we go.
Hitchy witchy.
Welcome to the wild world of Muppet Sports.
What's that guy's name?
Ceiling fan.
Ceiling fan?
Ceiling fan? His name is actually Louis Kazager.
You are a doctor.
That's it.